Hello everybody, this is Yolanda Roos and you're watching Body, Mind, and Soul. Today is the Planet Day, so we're just going to do a quick video on the planets and the alignments that could be affecting us. So I do write everything down and I just go over a little bit just so you can understand the aspects that could be presenting themselves for the week ahead. So it's talking about April. April brings some potent planets with it. Through the month you're going to see Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Pluto, and they're very active of what's going on in our lives. Mars heightens fiery emotions, Jupiter amplifies and expands, Saturn wants to restrict you, and then you got Uranus that comes along and that brings the charge. So it's like, woo, they're very fiery. That's what we talked about last week. They are planets that are kind of like really, really powerfully energy surges. So when you put them together, they can be toxic. And I think it said last week or the week before, I can't remember what it said, when you bring these planets together, it's either going to make you or break you. Like it's either going to like push you into this great new thing, or it's going to like crush you. So hopefully this is one of the things that will, get you through. It talks about the combination of karmic forces will be quite volatile. You may see or feel an increase in heightened emotions. I mean, all the things that we're dealing with, all the quarantines and stuff like that, I think our emotions are just like ramped up. And then we've got this group of people that won't stay home, and I think what it does is it causes this, it's not fear, and I understand society is actually trying to be smart about what's going on. I don't think it's just fear. Yes, there's a little bit of fear involved, but I think it's just avoidance. Like, I don't want to be sick with that thing, and there's the people that are just like, oh, I don't care, it doesn't bother me, and they are the ones that keep bringing it around, which creates this fear, or creates the fear that the government's going to step in and start doing these like military things where they keep you in your house, martial law. So all right, so April 3rd which is tomorrow, I believe that's Friday. Yes, Friday is the 3rd. Sorry, I'm losing track of days. This stuff, I get dressed just so I have something normal to do. So April 3rd, we're going to have Venus entering the sign of Gemini. It's going to be talking about a growing desire for fun, friendship, intellectually stimulating relationships. So it's going to be pushing us into that thing where we're going to actually start wanting to see people. Now, this is going to be even more heightened with the fact that we are secluded and we can't see anybody. So I feel like this is going to be, it's talking about sympathy, emotional distance, flirtation, growing desire for fun, friendship, and intellectually stimulating relationships. Beware of love triangles. So I think in a normal state this might be love triangles, but I think right now we are just desiring to see people and have fun. And with Venus coming in, it's going to be like, I think that's what's going to cause us a little bit of problem. We're going to want to see people. Even the extrovert people, the people that don't normally want to go out, are going to want to just get out and see people. And right now, I think the stress is going to be because we can't get out and we can't do it. All right, the same day we have Mercury and Neptune in conjunction under Pisces. This deals with idealism. It's possible to take advantage of this alignment to promote higher and altruistic thinking, or on the contrary, to be caught in confusion, deceit, mental desperation, and fantasy. So it sounds like this Neptune is going to be bringing in extra thought that could either be illusion for you, or it could be like understanding, okay? But I feel like on the negative aspect, your mind could be too thinking and it could create problems that way. All right, now we have on the 4th, which is our Saturday coming up, Jupiter and Pluto are in conjunction under Capricorn. Okay, this was the thing we talked about before. And it's going to place an emphasis on radical transformation and personal ethics. Okay, so this could be interpersonal things going on. The last time these two planets came together was about 13 years ago, and they will be shining in the spotlight on our economy and our finances. So this is going to be intermingling with other cultures. So this finances and things is going to be affecting multicultural or interactions between different cultures, different countries, and we are seeing that people are helping each other. They're buying drugs or things. We are dealing with an economy that if our economy's hurt, it hurts another economy. If another economy gets hurt, it's going to affect us. So our relations and things during this time, they are dealing with our cultural interconnectedness, and they will affect each other most definitely. While the economy may be highlighted on a global level, on your personal level, it says that they can create new opportunities for abundance. So that's a good thing. So while the economy is doing its thing and interpersonal, you might be able to come across things that could bring you abundance. So this could be new ideas, things that you do. You might go get a different job because your other job is not there and another job is presenting itself, and it could create abundance. It also could be that you are working during this time and you're getting like I don't know what it's called, but you get extra money for working during an emergency time. So you might be getting new things, or you might be at home doing some cool stuff, or this is the people that have a factory to make alcohol, and they say, oh, we could make hand sanitizer. Or this is a factory that makes cars, and they say, hey, we've got the resources, we could make respirators. It's finding new ways for your personal company or your personal life to make more money for yourself, okay? Maintaining personal ethics and acting correctly will guarantee the progress of the objectives for the medium and long term. So we need to not be saying, oh, those are the Chinese people, or those are the Americans, or those are the Iraqis, or whatever the case may be, because that there's conflict. We need to look at the group as people. We need to look at things as helping society as a whole, okay? Maintaining that respect for each other is going to guarantee more positive outcomes than if we start pointing fingers and being like that. It says there's a great potential for transformation, internal and external. So that means you could transform some things around you, but you could also get some growth out of it internally from you. It says which you can channel in your professional path. So this is dealing, this change is dealing with you in your business, your career. Okay, so that's what it's affecting. So look at your career, look at your finances, look at like how you're interacting with the world. If you're home, but you're still getting stuff, or maybe you're helping other people, or you're involved in things like I started this new channel. So I am changing a way, maybe an opportunity to make a little bit of money also, or to expose myself for other opportunities. The planetary energy encourages us to seek new ideas and to connect with abundance in a new and deeper way. So there you go. That's what it is. It's finding abundance in a different way. It's finding how to make money in the midst of this chaos, maybe. You know, some people have turned to watching children where normally they didn't, but they're home and they're not working, and they say, why not? You know, the people that have to work, I can make a little extra money and I can still have some income coming in for my family. April 7th, Mars is going into Aquarius squared to Uranus in Taurus. So what that is going to be is the Mars part of it. Uranus square occurs once a year, it says, and is usually associated with serious contrast events such as ruptures or rebellions. This is the stuff that's happening because there's people that we're stuck, and it's going to be like, I think an explosion, or it could be the explosion of this virus. Like, it could be like it's finally going to explode. Maybe it'll level out, you know, you got to have that explosion for it to level. However, this type of event drives the subject to defend individuality and to recognize their capacity for entrepreneurship in a crisis situation. So this is still, what can you do in this crisis to take care of yourself? What can you offer the world that is needed right now if you're not making money or doing things? Or what can you expand upon in your own business? The 7th and the 8th is going to have Libra supermoon. Okay, so this is a full moon that's coming. We did the cards before. So this moon, it's going to be closest supermoon of the year. So we're going to feel the lunar energy radiating. So that means that this moon in aspect through the year, this is the closest to us that it is. So its effect, its energy is going to be strong at this time. Falling in Libra, this is important, guys. This full moon will highlight our relationships and get us to question the connections we have in our life. So you're going to be evaluating the people and the things that you do. We are home, a lot of us, or we are in an environment where maybe we are secluded from our families, where we can think. It will also guide us to focus on the relationship we have with ourselves. How are we connecting with ourselves? Are we taking care of ourselves? Are we doing what we're supposed to do? And can be a catalyst in helping us reach a deeper state of self-love and acceptance. Okay, so this moon might make you evaluate, okay, yeah, I have a little bit of extra weight through here because I had a baby, but you know what, I had a baby and that's me, and you know what, I'm not going to put myself down, or I'm not going to worry about it. Or my hair is blonde and I can't change that. This is just simple things. I like to go out and I like to eat. So, you know what? I like to diet. Maybe I'll find a way to do things. But you know what? I might accept the fact that I might be a little bit bigger. I don't like to exercise. And that's okay. I'm not probably going to be the most fit person. When I was younger, I was fit. But I'm not that young person anymore. I'm an older woman. And I need to accept my body as an older woman. Or you're a young woman and you've lost your cute little shape because you've had a baby, and you're going to accept yourself as, listen, I'm a mom now. My hips are wider, my boobs are bigger, I got some stretch marks. Men, you're going to lose that macho-ness from being younger, and you might get a little bit of a belly, or you might, and yes, you can lose it, but sometimes in life there are changes that happen to us. I've been through hell and back through a relationship, but you know what? I'm a stronger person. Yeah, I'm a little cynical, but I made it through that relationship. And you know what? I'm going to be okay. That's the type of energies that are going to be happening. Feelings of loneliness may peak around this moon because you're going to be evaluating who's close to you and who's not. Now, especially, you have nobody around you. If you are by yourself and you are a single person, you will feel the loneliness. Because if you're being stuck in your house, regardless of whether you work or not, when you go home, there's nobody home. It's just you. And you could, during this time, it says, if that starts to resonate, make an extra effort to connect with loved ones. So reach out. If you're feeling isolated due to any of the lockdown things that are happening, it said it may help to think of an experience as a retreat of sorts, and time where you can go within and prioritize things that you love. I just posted that on Facebook. I said, it's like a retreat. You know, I don't have to necessarily work and go out of the house. So while I'm in my house, I'm not like, but I said, I'm not in a warrior. To me, it's like a retreat. The problem is I can't stop it if I want to, or go back to what I want to do until this all levels out. But I'm trying to keep a perspective that, I said, I go to bed when I want to. I wake up when I want to. My meals are all screwed up. We just kind of eat when we're hungry. But when we're not obsessing about it, it's not stressing me. I'm kind of at peace. I'm good. I'm like, okay, so, you know, I get dressed to do my videos, so I have something normal to do. But when you feel like you're isolated, when you're alone, it's telling you, reach out to those people. There's FaceTime, there's a phone, there's computers, you can go scroll through. You can't touch them, but you can talk to them. You can go on Facebook. Most people have Facebook. I mean, I would use that as a platform to talk on FaceTime. It's a great way to see people and actually speak to them and see their face. So if you just need somebody to talk to, definitely try to reach out to someone on FaceTime. April 9th brings Sirius retrograde. It begins in Sagittarius. Okay, so Sirius, I believe that is that little planet they found. Or it's an asteroid. I can't remember. I'd have to look that up. Sorry, guys. Sirius and Sagittarius find satisfaction in travel and in sharing experience. In this retrograde phase, the dwarf planet... Oh, there you go. It answered my question. The dwarf planet invites to reflect on the nature of procedures and transfers abroad. It is a conscious decision or an escape. The fear of being replaced by a disciple or student, and the conviction that there is still much to learn. Okay, so if you feel like someone's going to replace you, that's where I'm feeling like there could be a little bit of that energy. So that's what's going to be going on in the next week. We do have other things coming up, like the 10th, there's Jupiter retrograde begins in Sagittarius. We have Mercury entering Aries, but that's stuff for next week, because I did extra stuff. I did the month ahead so that I could just do a week at a time, and it's already done. If you have any questions, concerns, this is just for information, guys. This is not like your future. It may not happen to everybody. It might not present itself, but it's meant to be a guide, because the Lord says he puts planets, stars, and in the sky, and signs for you to be aware. Like, we know that the fall is coming and winter's coming because the leaves change, they fall on the ground, the temperature drops. There are certain telltale signs. People look at the stars. If you were the Indians or you were the people that traveled, you knew the season based on where the stars were in the sky. So these stars and these planets are there for a reason. And everything, it's not a Christian or a horoscope thing, everything in your environment, including the cosmos, the earth, the people around you, the energy, everything affects us in some small, minute way. So when we look at the planets, this is education from people that have gathered their own information. I'm a people watcher. Most of my astrology that I've learned did not come from a book. It came from watching all the Sagittarius people I know, all the Cancers I know. It did not come just from a book. When you want to know about someone, you have to watch them. You have to listen to them. You have to experience them and not be so busy in your own world. So if you're seeking to learn about astrology or try to understand what these planets and things are, you have to be aware of your surroundings. And it doesn't happen overnight. I've been watching people since I was a kid, and if I meet you, you're going to be guaranteed I'm probably going to ask you what your birth sign is, because I am always looking to learn something new and understand how humanity and people work. The reason I can accept people at where they are is because a lot of times if I know what their birth sign is, I know what rules them. I know what affects them. I know how I've dealt with a Sagittarius or a Cancer or a Leo or whatever. I've seen how they react. So we need to open our eyes and be open to the different things in the world. We need to open our eyes to more than just ourselves. I think that's my lesson for the day. These planets are here, and these are little guidance things for you. But we need to be aware of what's around us. We need to pay attention when if you never know when somebody's upset, you're in your own world. If you watch people, not that you have to stare at them, I'm not being creepy or anything, but you see how they respond, you see how they are. You're worried about somebody more than just yourself. You watch them, and if they're acting different, then you say to them, hey, I'm not trying to be stupid, but you're just acting different. Are you okay? Is there something that's wrong? Or wow, you're really excited. This isn't your normal thing. Hey, what's going on? Interact and pay attention, because when someone is struggling, not so much happiness, like when somebody does their hair and nobody notices, man, that's oh, they don't even notice my hair is a different color. Maybe if it's not drastic, you might say, oh, I just did a little bit to cover my grays. Okay, but what I'm saying is, we need to notice people. We're so busy looking at our telephone or so wrapped in our own things. We need to notice people. We need to listen to them. Not say, hey, how are you doing? Oh, I'm good. And then you go on. When someone tells you something, put it in your memory bank. Or if it's someone you love, listen to them. Or if someone's struggling and nobody notices, they think they're covering it, but all they're doing is hurting themselves, and you are adding to it by not. You don't have to rip it out of them, but that you noticed is important, because they will respond to that mentally, oh wow, I guess even my mom or my boyfriend is noticing it, and they might reach out for help. If nobody notices what's happening with somebody, they're going to fall deeper and deeper into that hole, or they're going to become more distant and more distant, because, well, this person, if they love me, they don't even notice I'm struggling. That's the type of things. Or this person, I do good things or I accomplish things and nobody even cares, so why should I keep doing them? This is the things that happen. So take this time, this week ahead, these years ahead of you, be aware. This virus is going to make people aware of things that they have never been aware of. They're going to realize, this new generation of millennials. Listen, I'm not upset with you guys. You haven't been exposed to it. But this new generation is very electronically plugged in. And yes, we are still plugged in with this virus thing, but everybody is so used to always moving around with each other, and they don't have to talk, but they're still around people. But when you stop it, these people are like, oh my gosh, I can't get out, I can't go to this, I can't go to the gym, I can't, because it's routine that's been destroyed. Find some place in this um, quarantine, that thing that you're going to learn from it. What have you learned by being separated from everybody, or being forced to work in the midst of this chaos? To be like, it's going to push you to a limit that you didn't even know you had if you're working in it. You're going to have people exposing you. You're going to have fear in your life. So guys, this might be a time, if you don't pray, to pray. Meditate. Find a peaceful place. I would say pray to God for his help, for his guidance. Ask him to be a part of your life. Grow this relationship so that through your trials, you can get through these things. It's your choice. This is just what I do. When I'm struggling, or I'm weak, or I don't know what to do, I pray to God, Lord, I don't understand this. I can't do this. Please, you got to help me through. It's just helping. He's just helping you. He's not going to put chains on you. He's not going to, he says, oh, she finally asked me for help. I can help her. So when I ask for help, because I'm a self-do-it, I'm a very control freak person. I admit it, because I've always had to do things for myself. My mom was always there to love me, protect me, my family, and stuff like that. But I'm kind of like, if I want it done, I need to get it done. It's me. I'm going to take care of my life. Nobody's going to tell me what to do. I was kind of a jerk that way. It's my life. I'm going to do it. So in these last probably 10, 15 years, I've learned to let the Lord work in my life. And when you come to a point where you trust God complete with your life, you've come to a relationship with him. That's what they talk about, having faith and relationship. So in this time, guys, if you can find God, it's a great time. I mean, this is going to be an enlightenment time, and that includes people finding God, people finding that peace from God. So if you have any questions or concerns, you want to know how you can understand it, definitely reach out. My email is listed on the bottom. We're on Out and About. And guys, have a great week. Take care of yourself.